She dropped him into the water and he didn't even scream. This is a story about a prince who fell in love with a girl, not knowing she's a mermaid. I was there the night Prince Nkem met her. It was by the river, and the moon was full, lighting up the water like silver. We had been out hunting and we decided to rest by the river bank. That is when we saw her, this beautiful girl with skin that glow in the moonlight and eyes as deep as the ocean. She was sitting by the water, combing her long black hair, singing a song none of us had heard before. It was haunting, but we were all drawn to it. Prince Nkem was the first to speak to her. He asked her name, but she only smiled. The rest of us felt uneasy, like there was something off about her. But Nkem didn't seem to care. He was enchanted. He said she was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen, and he made up his mind to visit her again the next night. We tried to warn him, but he just laughed it off, said we were being foolish. Over the next few days, he kept going back to the river, spending hours with her. She still never told him her name, and we never saw her in the village. She was always by the water, always alone, always singing. Sometimes we would sneak by and watch them. She would talk to him softly, but we could never hear what she was saying. He was different around her, quiet, almost like he was in a trance. One night, we followed him to the river. We hid behind some bushes and watched as he approached her. She stood up this time and we saw it clearly. The way her skin shimmered almost like scars and how her hair was wet, dripping even though there had not been any rain. Okiem didn't seem to notice. He walked right up to her and took her hand. They walked into the water and it looked like she was pulling him in. He did not resist. We wanted to call out to him, but something in her eyes, that dark could look, made us freeze. She kept singing and the sound seemed to wrap around us, making it hard to move or even breathe. I felt like my chest was being squeezed. I could barely manage a whisper, but I kept telling myself to stay quiet. They went deeper into the river and then she just sank. Ukem was still holding her hand and he went down with her like he was being dropped. I remember how his eyes looked. They were open but empty, like he couldn't see us, couldn't see anything. Then they were both gone. We waited, thinking he would come up, that he would swim back, but he never did. For a long time, there was just silence, and then the singing stopped. That is when we knew he was lost. We ran back to the village, told everyone what we saw, but no one believed us. They said we were making up stories because we were scared of being out at night. But the next morning, they found his shoes by the river bank, neatly placed next to each other, like he had taken them off before stepping into the water. The village searched for him, but they never found a body. Some said he must have drowned. Others said he ran away, but we knew the truth. We saw it with our eyes. After that, no one went near the river at night. Some people said they could still hear her singing. Sometimes when the wind was just right, but no one ever dared to go looking for her.